Hey everyone, it's Ometer, and I just want to show you guys a cute little project. Well, I think it's cute, but because, in my own little brain, I'm a superstar. But anyhow, yes, it's been a long day. So I used the new Pinkfresh Studio Christmas Wishes line, and the funny thing is, I actually just used the stamps. I wanted to show you guys the papers, and just to remind you guys, right now at Tracy's shop, artattackaz.com, the entire store is on sale with an additional 10% off, and everything that was already priced, it's an additional 10% off of that. And please use my coupon code AMADOR, AMADOR, for an additional 5% off. So let me show you guys. I already did a flip through of these gorgeous, gorgeous papers, and let me find the papers that were my inspiration. For this little cookie project. Let me see. Okay. I'm trying not to like jibber jabber too long because I have the tutorial after this, and it's in real time, so you guys can see, how easy and quick it is to make several of them. So just a quick thing, these are the rubber charms. She has the 6x6 collection, which comes with the embellishment pack, and also the 12x12, and I also got the puffy stickers. So let me move this out of the way. Oh, and also the collection comes with, I'm so sorry, the acetate squares, and these are actually for like an advent calendar or a countdown that you can use. It has 1 through 25. Super, super cute little acetate squares. Okay. So this is one of my inspirations. I love these papers. They're just so cute. Very whimsical. This cute little bear and the presents in different colors, and these presents here in different colors. Okay, and I use this Avery L die. This is the bookmark die that Tracy does have in the shop. I use this larger one, and these are going to be little additional gifts that are going to go in my Christmas cards, or just, bookmarks for people. And I use this Pinkfresh Studio stamp, Christmas Wishes. Obviously, you can see that I've used it quite a bit. It's stained with ink. Tracy does have this in the shop, and if it's not there, go ahead and email her, which of course her email will be in the description. But I use the Merry Christmas, or Merry Xmas, fa la la la, the houses, these trees, these little the little bear. Now what I did is you guys know I love altering my stamps and being able to use them. This stamp I cut in half, this one I cut in half so I can use the Merry Christmas. It could be in a straight line. These all little houses and the little trees have all been cut apart to separated. And these presents, I've cut them all in between all of the presents. And this was one full stamp as well, and I cut it so I can stamp them in different colors. Now, the colors that I picked to use was my Memento Black ink, and my Stampin' Up! Poppy Parade and Bermuda Bay inks. And these are the inks that I kind of found that, let me find the title page. As you can see, look, right there. I found to kind of within my stash here we go. To kind of match, as you can see, to kind of match the color scheme of this, because what I'm recreating is those pages with the presents and the little bear. I'm recreating that on a, I wish this had the deer stamp. Let me see, where is the little deer paper? I mean, it is absolutely gorgeous. I really wish they had made the deer. Look how cute that is. We can use all of that. So that's what I use. So let me show you my bookmarks. And like I said, after this, we'll have a full real-time tutorial. So yes. Oh, and what I used to coat everything was my packing tape. Like, that's it. Just cheap, regular old packing tape. So here, this one does have a ribbon, but look at this. I absolutely love. And look, it's coated with the packing tape perfectly on both sides, and I'll show you how I did that. Tutorial, and I cut these. This is from Heavyweight Cardstock, and I used one 8.5 by 11, and if I'm not mistaken, it makes 7 pieces, so you'll see that. But here's the Merry Christmas. Here are the little trees. This is the little tree right here, and this is this tree right there. The little bear, and as you can see, all of the little presents in the same colors, and some of them are the same. And look, here's where I used this one, and I cut it up in separate pieces, and the Merry Christmas is cut up right here, so it says Merry Christmas this way. So I wanted to make some landscape, but look at that. There's that one. I made some of them, and you'll see I did very much an assembly line for me to make them, and this is very inexpensive. You have the stamps and the inks that everybody has in their collection, and look at that. I absolutely love that little bear. Is just too cute. Love it, love it, love it. Look, all of these, I made these in a matter of just this morning, me just playing around and trying to figure it out, and plus also doing some for the tutorial. But look how it actually, I mean, how cute is that? Like, it totally. And I once again lost my paper. Where did it go? Where did it go? Look. How cute is that? Love, 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 love. Now, I could have used a lighter color as well, but I wanted it to be quick, simple, easy. And you'll see in the tutorial, this is all mass produced. I make 7 at a time, and it's super, super easy. But look at that. Absolutely love it. And since I'm using white paper, see, and here's the inspiration for this one. This one has golds. I kept it the same color, so I didn't have to switch out my inks, but you definitely can. But those are my inspirations, and these are, look at this. I made tons of them. Now, I actually do like how it's just got the little hole right there, but you can put a ribbon or anything that you want, any twine. And this was just a sample because I'm so crazy that now I want a ribbon that matches that, or red, because I'm crazy. So these are gonna go, and these are just little additional gifts for your friends that read, and if they don't read, they could pass it on to their kids or something, because these are just too cute. Now, I'm gonna show you guys a boo-boo. I made a boo-boo. And I'm very proud that I made the mistake and I caught it, because it was actually the first tutorial that I recorded for this, and then afterwards I'm like, wait, I was putting the stamps away and I'm like, that's not right. So let me show you what happened. I'm gonna put it right here and you figure out if you can catch what the boo-boo is. Yep, people, I had the Xmas upside down. So yeah, that's pretty embarrassing. But I actually made these 3 in the first tutorial, which of course that's not what I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you guys where I made these. But I couldn't help myself, and I'm going to use these myself because it's funny. I mean, things happen, so all you have to do is just carry on, you guys. But look at that. That's just, I don't even know what to say. So yeah, so I'll probably just use these for myself. I was going to throw them away, but I'm like, you know what? They're already made. I can still use them, so it'll be okay. So yeah, I'm trying to be really quick with the video, you guys, because the tutorial is like 15-20 minutes long or something like that. So stick around for the tutorial. It's all just using the items that I showed you. You can use any stamp really, but this stamp is too freaking cute to pass up. So I love. And every year I want to make a little simple gift to send people also, like a little additional thing to the card they can use throughout the season and everything. And this is just perfection. I mean, in my eyes. I might be bragging a bit, but I absolutely love them, you guys. So stick around for the tutorial if you guys want to see that. Thank you guys for stopping by. Check out Tracy's shop, artattackaz.com. Everything is on sale. And get these beautiful papers too, okay? So thanks for stopping by, and let's roll with the tutorial. Okay. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and start with our heavyweight cardstock, and it's 8.5 by 11. So what we're going to need is sections of 5.5 by 2. So we'll cut it that way at 5.5. And we'll start by doing the sections of 2 inches. And I start at 4. I cut sections of 4 and then I cut 2. It's just, I don't know, just something crazy I do, I guess. So we'll go ahead and get that. And you maximize as much as you can of this paper by doing that. You waste that little piece of paper right there. And this long strip of the 11-inch length, you'll cut down by 2, and half of that is 5.5. So you do not waste a lot of paper. So basically what you waste is these 2 little pieces. And you get, let me see, you get 7 bookmarks out of that. Now what we're going to do is take the paper, these pieces, and we're going to draw an outline of the bookmark, and you're going to not have it facing up, you're going to have it facing down because that is how it's going to cut. And you're just going to center it as best as you can. And it just hold it down, and it doesn't matter how sloppy or how perfect it is, because this is going to be the outline, and you're just going to use it as a reference to get back to keep your stamps in place, and then to also add the dye later on to put it through your cutting machine. And just center it as much as you can. I'm going to go ahead and, let's see here. There's like many ways that I sit here and do this. I just wonder like which way is easier and faster, because I don't want to have to tape it down. I don't want to have to go do too much as I set this up. Let's see here. And if you guys heard that, that was my stomach. I apologize. I guess I'm hungry. But these are the things that happen while you're crafting. So here we go. So I will go ahead and just continue with the rest in a moment. That way we can just go on with, you know what the hey. I'm just sitting here babbling anyway. So this way, like I said, this is I find a good way to mass produce some of your little projects. And if the person you're sending them to does not read, or, you know, doesn't like books and they read on their electronic devices, they could pass it on to a kid or something. And since they were basically coated with the tape, they are kid friendly. So they can spill their junk in their food, because when I used to read in school, I would have food at the same time because I just couldn't concentrate. Okay, so this is the last one, and like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. As you can see, I'm just haphazardly doing it right there. So you have the reference. Okay, so there we go. Here are your, I have an extra one here. Here are your 7. And obviously I got some ink on them and I wasn't paying attention. Since it is pencil, we can just erase it and move on. Okay, so now that we have those done, we can go ahead and mass stamp these. I just grabbed one of these little foam pieces from the foam that I use, and you can get this at any of the hobby shops. This is the 1/4 inch width, and that way you can it gives you a much better impression of stamping, much better stamping impression, excuse me. Okay, so as you can see, we're going to put as many as we can. You know what, we can actually see if I'm crazy enough to try to get all of them on here, and we can do, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start. My favorite image is this cute little bear. Where did it go? Right here. Oh, so my inks, I'm going to use Stampin' Up! Poppy Red and Bermuda Bay, because these are the colors that pretty much closely match those papers. And my Memento Black ink for the black pieces, because I feel like the black color really makes it stand out, makes the other colors stand out even more. So we're going to go ahead and, let me just move this to the side. We're going to go ahead and just ink the stamp. And you're going to have it, don't have the bear centered, because keep in mind you still have to have space for the presents. And look how good of an impression you get. And if something goes off the edge and cuts off, hey, it's okay. They're whimsical, they're cute, they are adorable. And then I just maneuver this one off to the side. So we are done with the bear. Just go ahead and wipe off the stamp. Put off to the side. And now we're going to go ahead and do the presents. I have all of the little presents on a little corner, on each one of these corners on this, what is this called? A block. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the bigger one, and that's going to be in red. And if there's little spaces, little gaps, that's fine, because, like I said, these are whimsical stamps. Make sure I don't have any ink on anything else. And you'll see that it just goes by very fast. And you can make batches. Like this batch will all be the same, because that way you don't have to clean off your stamp between colors. I mean, I clean them off because just whatever. But you don't have to like completely rearrange what you're doing. And then we'll go with the next present, and that one is going to be in the Bermuda Bay. And I'm only inking the corner. That's all I need. And I like to offset them. If they overlap, that's okay. And I offset them so it looks like he's balancing the presents. All throughout my little stamps. And you do want to wipe it down, I mean the stamps, because they all will be overlapping on the paper. So the next one was going to be in red. As you can see, I'm probably being very quiet so I can concentrate. I am concentrating on making my presents wonky. How does that sound? Okay. So, and I'm just kind of going fast on this to show you guys. And also when you wipe your stamps, have like a napkin around so you can dry it off as well. Or I use my hand sometimes because I'm a weirdo. All right, so now we're going to go with the final present. And you can actually use the other presents that are on this stamp set, but I use the other ones on the different landscape style bookmarks. See, and it's just, you keep them on the little corners, and you are just making these little puppies just... Okay, so we are done with the... Oh, I dropped my wipe. Okay, so we are done with the bear and the presents. Now we're going to move on to the sentiment. I'm going to go ahead and use the Merry Christmas again. And since the Merry Christmas stamp is wider than the die, that's why we go ahead and do it diagonally. And if it helps you to have you see how I moved my paper, my setup, because it's much easier instead of me having to maneuver my arm and everything and maybe make a mistake. And I do love the way it actually goes diagonally. It gives it a little bit more whimsy. And there is that one. Okay, so we'll wipe it off. Look at all the ink. We'll wipe that off. And now I really do love, where is it? I love the little trio of trees. This one right here. So I'm going to use that one. And we just have our ink pads open still. And they will be all a little bit different, and that's perfectly okay, because we will also use the little stamps to fill in the gaps, to give them a little bit more character. Okay, so that's that one. Now, we're going to go ahead and move to the house. And I have the little tree that I'm going to use, but I'm going to put the house, where did I put the house? Oh, the house is still on here. I'm going to, and look, see, I cut them all separate. And we can use, since I've already done the little bear, we can take that one. And I like this house with the little shingles on it. And we're going to do that one in black. And this is just basically to bring in the black from the bear. Like I said, and if there's anything that goes off the sides, it's okay. These are all handmade, and they're all made with love. Okay, so there's a little house. Now, I feel that there's still like a little bit of gaps, so what I'm going to do is use this little tree, or should I use this little tree? No, I really like this little tree. So it's already on here on this one, and we're just going to go ahead and fill in the gaps just to kind of make it look like the little bear is headed to a little Christmas festivities and taking the presents. But look how easy. And at the same time, we are doing all of them. And you just put it wherever you want. Doesn't have to be any specific place. Turn this around. And just add the little trees. Some can have more, some can have less, however it pleases you. And then just wiping off the stamps. Okay, so we are done now with the stamping part. So we'll put away these ink pads, because if not, I'll like mess it up somehow. Okay, now on this part, we are going to do only a few at a time. So I'm going to go ahead and take some of these off, because it doesn't really matter which way it goes. Okay. So now that we have these lined up, you want to let them dry, but this ink dries very quickly. And now what we're going to do, this is where you take your packing tape, let me show you, and you're going to pull it out and just have a little bit more than you need. Now, the packing tape will be sufficient to line up along with, as you can see right there, with the line that you drew of the bookmark. So it'll be sure to cover your entire bookmark. Now, and the other reason you want to have a little bit extra, as you can see here, these are my thumbprints. You do not want those on your bookmarks. So like the little scrap that you use, we're going to use that to smooth it out. We're just going to smooth everything out. Smooth it like butter. Smoothing it out, making it flat. You don't want any bubbles. And then you're going to go ahead and take them and flip them over, because you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So they are completely coated for whoever you send it to. Okay. So in here, you're going to line it up. What I do is line it up with with one end, and then just maneuver it to the other side. And you will, even if you're off just by a hair, you'll be fine. But you line it up, like I said, with the left one, and that'll help you line it up with the right side. Okay, and there we go. So once again, we're going to take this little piece of paper and we're going to varnish it. You can use a bone folder if you want. You can use a credit card. You can use anything, your Michael's gift card, anything. I just figured I have this little scratch piece of paper and I'm not going to do anything with it. Might as well put it to work. And sometimes you'll get a little bubble and you just keep working at it. Keep rubbing it like that and it'll flatten out. Okay, so I'm just a crazy neat freak, so I go ahead and just cut off these pieces because you don't want them sticking to anything else while you're trying to cut these through your machine. And all of that can go in the garbage. Here we go. Here are your laminated, well, foaminated, your foaminated little bookmarks. So now what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and grab two little pieces, and I recommend you use 2 pieces of washi tape or tape, whatever you want to use. Go ahead and line it up. And the reason you want 2, because you could do it with 1, but since this is coated with the plastic, you want to make sure it stays on both sides. And you just line it up where you have the pencil line. Now, my die cut machine is over on that side, so give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay, so I've already got, had to go through, and look, it comes out perfectly. And it's nice that the tape, look, since you put pressure on it, and since you put it through your die cut machine, the The tape is really on there and it looks very professional. Look at that. Shiny. It looks super shiny. And just keep the washi tape in the same place, and you can just go ahead and boom, put it through there, put it through another go, and you are set to go. Now, as far as ribbon, I'm really liking the way it looks without any ribbon. But if you want to find, and the funny thing is, this is just a little demo because I don't think this properly coordinates it with. So I'm gonna have to go to the store and look for ribbon that properly coordinates it. Now, you can use any twine, any ribbon. I want to use a simple thin ribbon, probably something thicker than this. This is just to show you guys. And I want it to coordinate perfectly with that. So I'm gonna go to the store and have to find it because I'm crazy like that, if not red. Because I wanted it to be flat because this is going to go with some Christmas cards, and that way they can fit nice and flat on in the envelope. So yeah, so that is that, you guys. Hopefully this was helpful. And like I said, go ahead. I know that the die, the Avery L die, bookmarker die is available in Tracy's artattacksupplies.com shop, and she's looking in at getting more of these awesome stamps. So, and also I didn't do this one, but the same process, I was thinking that I can use this die that comes with it to go ahead and make some stamps and look, have some little tree, a little house, maybe a few Christmas trees, maybe even the presents, or just like the little bear like that. What I like is that you can see them with that, or just like little presents like that. But I wanted to make these bigger ones because I don't know if people actually use these little ones other than for scrapbooking. And I think those would be beautiful little kit if you send someone some bookmarks and some of these, so they can use this for their reading and use these for their scrapbooks and stuff. So hopefully that helps you guys. Thank you for sticking around. Sorry if the video was long, but I know that some of you like the real-time video so you can see how it's all going. Okay? So thank you guys again, and talk to you guys soon. Bye, everyone. Happy early Christmas.